Hello everyone, I'm Sondhya Adhikari and currently I'm pursuing my master degree at Iowa State University with Plant Pathology as a major. So if you are new here, then I want to give information I have been posting the video of my US visa success as well as different content um, how you can reach out to the professor, what is the requirement of the GPA and GRE requirement for the different program, and what you can do if you are not getting the response from the professor. So yesterday I have posted a video related to how you can find the faculty member or where you can have the information of the faculty, and you can also solve the research background. And yeah, after you find a professor whose research aligns with your career and research goal, then you have to write a professional email uh, to him or her. So, yeah, in this video, I'm going to share my experience, like how you can structure an email. So, as a well structured email can make a big difference and make you stand out or getting ignored. So here I'm going to show you how to craft the perfect email, although I'm not expert. I'm just sharing my experience so you can make a lasting impression. Yeah, and your one well crafted email can change the world. So all the video has been made by me, and the content used here is my original work. So you can only use the content to get the idea and insight. So any replication and the distribution of this content is strictly prohibited. So okay, without any ado, let's jump into our topic. So yeah, and the first step is nail the subject line. Yeah, before you are going to after you have the information of the professor, his email address, his research background, and his research activities, his research project, you have to write an email where you have to mention your subject. So first, your subject line need to be specific and professional. Uh, Avoid using the generic subject as it lacks specificity and professionalism, so which can make it to overlook by anybody. So you need to be much more specific. So avoid the generic phrases like hello or inquiry. Instead, you can go for something targeted like prospective graduate student interested in your research on crop genetics. So I have given an example. So what actually the specific subject makes? A specific subject clearly communicate your purpose and context of the email, so it can capture the attention of the recipient. So when you are if you use the generic subject, then it can be ignored or overlooked. So try to minimize or not using the generic phrases like hello and only just an inquiry. If you are using the term inquiry, then you can use like inquiry for the graduate research assistantship, or you can write a prospective graduate student interested in your research on crop genetics or anything like that. Yeah. So the next step is introduce yourself, because yeah, you need to introduce yourself so he can know you, he can know your interest, he can know your background, and he can know what are the skill expertise you do have and your key achievement. So start your email with a clear introduction. Mention your name, educational background, and any key achievement. So yeah, it can make your email concise and professional, and this will help the professor to know you, like from where you had graduated and what are the achievements you have secure till date, and what are the expenses, what are the research project you have been in engaged and you are interested in it. So yeah, it also include your academics, your scores, your research project, your achievement, and it can make your application stronger, yeah, and competitive. uh, these all are your strength. So make sure to elaborate your strength so he or she can know you. So keep your introduction as concise and professional. Try to use a formal uh, language so it can make your um, later professional. So the step third is building a connection. Now, how can you build a connection? Now, build a connection by showing what you have done, like you have done your homework, uh, mention a specific paper, project, or research area that inspired you. It can be a specific conference or proceeding paper, his research area, his research project, and his research activities that has really inspired you to reach him. And here is one example. I have been deeply interested by your work on specific topic and found your paper on this particularly insightful. This shows a genuine interest and effort. Like you genuinely you have read all his research activity, you have gone through his work, and yeah, that's the matter. And step 4, make your inquiry. So how you can make your inquiry to the funded position? And politely state your purpose and ask if there are opportunity available, because only with like if the professor agree to become only a mentor, that's not work for it. Like you need to get some sorts of scholarship or graduate research assistantship to pursue your career. So make a direct inquiry. Clearly ask about the funded position. It can be the form of scholarship, form of graduate research assistantship, or departmental fellowship, while expressing interest in his guidance. So courteous approach. Every time maintain politeness while being direct to foster a positive impression. So be direct, but be courteous. Use a polite language. Yeah. And the last step is wrap it up. Finally, wrap up your email with a polite closing. Thank them for their time and attach your CV or resume, transcript, and cover letter for interest. So, while closing the email, use a courteous phrases to conclude your email. Thank him or her for their time and consideration, and attach your CV or resume for their references. Yeah, and yeah, try to be simple, respectful, and effective. Here is the sample. Like, thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you. Best regard, your name. Okay. So here is the general email sample. Here is the subject line. Prospective graduate student interested in professor research area. So the email body. Why I have mentioned this short email is like I always submit my email in a short form. Then after attach my cover letter, CV, transcript for their perusal, and sometimes I also attach my GRE score, where the GRE has been the major requirement. So yeah, in this way you can craft your email. So I'm also uploading my email format, so you can have some sorts of idea from there. So it's my email address that I have send it to different professor. So here at the very, so it's not an email. Email is on the short form, but I used to send every professor my cover letter. So I have prepared my cover letter with my background, my academic excellence. Although I have much more elaboration at my CV, I I used to send them a cover letter. So at first, here is my introduction, um, like from where I graduated, and I'm expressing my interest for enrolling as a master student, specializing on these stages. So for this, so at the second paragraph, written with a blue letter, I have provided my snapshot of my academic background with my academics, and then after my strength. Yeah, sometime I used to send them after I got my GRE and IELTS score. I mentioned my GRE and IELTS score there, and like my research publication, because I want to show my strength there. And also my project, like what are the project that I worked with. Although I have worked in a lot of project during the undergraduate uh, days, but as a part of my thesis, which is my strength here, I have mentioned here on that, because I was writing the email to the professor whose research was on the plant pathology. So I want to show him my research specifically at plant pathology. Like I have been engaged in a plant pathology sector since my undergraduate. So I'm showing my interest as well as my potentiality through this. So these all are my strength. And as I have already mentioned, you also need to mention what are the gap, like after reading all the professional work, and you need to elaborate the gap so it will sound better and it will look the different application, and it can also make your email, make your letter more captivating and more impressive. So here, the word that is highlighted with the red letter, I have identified the gap, so I can work on that project. I have the idea, I have brainstormed some idea, so I can work on that sector to fulfill the gap. So I have identified gap and I have also identified the solution. So I want to work on that sector. So it can look somewhat impressive. So at last, I have presented my extreme desire to work under his mentorship, and I have enclosed with some concluding remark, like I have enclosed my letter with my CV references and on official undergraduate transcript, and I have also mentioned like I am free and happy to discuss any sorts of research project and potential with you. So I want him to schedule an interview for me so we can discuss the project with him. Yeah, and yeah, and that's it. Our professional email is structured like this will help you make a strong first impression. Remember, professor receive a lot of email daily, so stand out being clear, concise, and genuine. So present all your strength over here, all your idea, identify the gap, so you can work on that sector. And yeah, if you find this helpful, don't forget to like and share it to someone who is applying for the grad school or research opportunity. So if you have any comment so and suggestion, please drop at the comment section. And thanks for watching and good luck with your application.